The next topic is about the controlling. See, controlling in this chapter is very basic that you must have done when you have done your managerial functions earlier. So why, see, controlling is the basically last function of the management. Okay? Controlling is basically understanding that whatever we have done previously in the managerial function from planning to directing, whether those were adequate enough to achieve the organizational objective. Whatever we have done, we are just going back in the history, checking what we have done, what we have achieved, and understanding where we are lacking, where we were lacking, and where we can actually improve. So it is like comparing your own standard with your own achievement and trying to find the deviation and understanding where deviations exist and how to solve them. So when we are talking about the control as a function, see, it's a very pervasive function. Whether it is top level, middle level, any level of the organization, whether it is a planning, organizing, staffing, आप कुछ भी कर लो. Controlling is required there. Controlling is all about, as I told you, going back in the past. So you need to review your past event. You need to review what has been established, what you wanted to achieve in terms of organizational objective. But at the same time, it's a forward looking function also, because by finding out the deviation, you are trying to understand what is not to be repeated in the future. By finding out, you are trying to find कि क्या corrective action लेना चाहिए, so that in future you can rectify your mistake. It's a very action oriented, because I'm again telling you, it is all about taking the corrective measure. It is all about comparing the standards with the actual. So you are basically trying to get the feedback in terms of action, what kind of adjustments are required in my performance, in my standards, so that these deviation will not occur again in the future. Again, it's a very continuous process. Planning is not going to end after control. The functions of management are not going to end after controlling. The controlling leads to planning again. So it's a very circular flow of work. Then again, it's a dynamic process. See, I have told you once, if you remember, see, everything is dynamic. Why? Because we are business. We are working in a particular situation or environment where everything is changing in fraction of seconds. So you have to be very flexible. You can't be rigid with your rules and regulation, with your processes, where you are saying that once the standard has been fixed, once the it has been achieved, I am not going to change anything. It's a dynamic process according to the situation existing in the market, according to the situations occurring in the market. You have to be very flexible. Then see, controlling does not control the rights of individual. Controlling should not be taken as a negative process ki, oh, it is going to control my work, it is going to control my idea, it is going to control my innovation. It is not in that case. It is not controlling your freedom. Basically, controlling is about understanding that what kind of preventive actions are required, so that I am not suffering as a business in the future. It is a kind of a guidance for you, where you are understanding that what kind of facts and figure exist in the market, what kind of information exists in the your company, whether you were able to achieve target or not, and how to make sure that in the future you are maintaining or increasing that productivity. So, what is the basic relationship between controlling and planning? See, controlling and planning goes hand by hand. Very simple. When you're talking about managers, they are the one who will be doing or who will be starting their functions from the planning, where they will be articulating or integrating, you can say, programs, but at the end they will be ending it with the controlling. Why? Because they need to understand how good their plan was. So that is why controlling is always based on planning. Planning without controlling is meaningless, because अगर मैंने plan बना लिया but उसे control नहीं किया, then what is the fun of making the plan? Because I do not know whether the plan was successful or not. I do not know whether my those vision, those mission, or those procedure policies were good or not enough to achieve my organizational objective. I do not know whether the standard I fixed at the time of planning were achievable or not, were less or were more. I don't know anything. So, without controlling, planning is useless. But controlling is based on planning. Controlling is always based on the standard. Controlling is always based on the past event. And that past event is your planning. So, both of them goes hand in hand. What kind of significance your controlling is having in an organization? So, see, organization में हमारा हर एक objective, हर चीज़ अल्टीमेटली एक ही चीज़ की तरफ जाती है, अचीवमेंट ऑफ योर कॉमन गोल, अचीवमेंट ऑफ योर ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल गोल. इट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट whether you are doing planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling any of the function, they are going towards your organizational goal achievement. And controlling is also talking about understanding the deviation. So they are basically also talking about efficient utilization of resources, to make you understand that how those predetermined standard and how the achieved objectives are in a gap. See, it leads to motivation of employee because they do know the clear cut standards, they do know what exactly is expected from them. तो it make them more understand कि मुझे करना क्या है organization में. Again, it is good for the organization because specifically when you have very good large or a big organization, a lot of people are working with each other. In that case, you need to know कि मेरा काम क्या है. If I know my work, if I know what kind of activities I am or task I am going to be performed, then I may bring more coordination. If I do not know exactly what is going to happen, then it becomes little difficult. Now, corrective action. See, controlling ka last process is corrective action. I mean, last step is corrective action. So why? Because when you are doing the controlling process, you are comparing your standards with the achieved one. Now you are understanding ki whether you are lacking or whether you have surpassed your own standard or whether you are at the break even. Then the corrective action point comes. Obviously, it is helpful in decision making because ultimately why you are doing controlling, because you want to understand whether your planning was good or not, whether your whole decision making process was good or not. So controlling is basically making you understand that your previous decision were capable enough to achieve the organizational objective or not, and if they were not, how to and when to revise them. Then it is all about the better planning. See, controlling is a means to understand whether my previous planning was good or not and making my planning more better. Then decentralization of authority. See, when we are talking about controlling is again a systematic process where you are trying to understand your organizational differentiation. So अब आप decision making की बात कर रहे हो जो कि organization में फैला हुआ है, कैसे डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन के थ्रू. तो आपको ये समझना पड़ेगा कि जो अथॉरिटी है, जो कंट्रोल है, वो सही तरीके से हुआ या नहीं. आपकी डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन की प्रोसेस भी सक्सेसफुल थी या नहीं. विच पार्टी इज एट अ फॉल्ट. एंड it is very important to have effective supervision when you are talking about controlling. Controlling itself provides you effective supervision because again you know what to control, you know where you are lacking, which person is lacking. So that is most important. But what is limitation of controlling? See, limitation of controlling start with the process difficulty in standards. जब आप planning में standard set करते हो, ठीक है, whether it is your product, your process, your quality, everything is nowadays standardized. अब वो standards exactly क्या होते हैं वो दिख जाता है जब tangible चीज़ें होती हैं. बट intangible performance इसके standards को measure करना scientifically मुश्किल है. ठीक है. दूसरा, देर आर सर्टेन फैक्टर्स जिन पे हम कंट्रोल नहीं कर सकते. देर आर सर्टेन फैक्टर जो मेरी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की ऑब्जेक्टिव्स की अचीवमेंट को अफेक्ट तो करते हैं, लेकिन द पॉइंट इज कि वो एक्सटर्नल है ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के और मेरा उन पे कंट्रोल बहुत कम है. तो उसको मैं कैसे कंट्रोल करूं और उसके अकॉर्डिंग मैं अपनी प्लानिंग को कैसे इंप्रूव करूं, दैट इज अ बिग क्वेश्चन. समटाइम द करेक्टिव एक्शन एग्जिस्ट इन वेरी लिमिटेशन. समटाइम द करेक्टिव एक्शन रिक्वायर अ लॉट ऑफ कॉस्ट, अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम, एंड व्हेन यू आर लैकिंग इन दैट इट बिकम्स अ chaos. Controlling is a costly process, as I'm telling you. You have to put a lot of resources in the whole process, in the cause of comparing, in the cause of investigation, and at the end of the day it should be acceptable to your top level managers also. Sometimes it's very difficult in fixing the responsibility. Again, it is responsible. Reason is very simple, because it's about the number of deviation. ठीक है, कितने लोग हैं, सॉरी कितनी डेविएशंस हैं, उसके लिए कितने रिस्पॉन्सिबल लोग हैं, क्या वो कोई ग्रुप है या नहीं है. These kind of question will always be there. Then sometime employees resistance plays a very big role. Now why employees resistance? Because you if you want to control certain things, sometimes you are putting CCTV on their head, sometimes putting supervisor on their head, and they feel suffocated. तो उनका resistance भी आता है. Now, what kind of steps are there in controlling? That I'll be taking a little quick because it's again very repetitive. आपको स्टार्टिंग करनी होती है एस्टैब्लिशमेंट ऑफ द स्टैंडर्ड से. दो एस्टैब्लिशमेंट ऑफ स्टैंडर्ड प्लानिंग का पार्ट है, लेकिन यू हैव टू सी प्रिसाइसली कि क्वांटिटेटिव टर्म्स में आपके स्टैंडर्ड्स क्या हो सकते हैं. सर्टेन स्टैंडर्ड्स आर प्लानिंग में क्वालिटेटिव. नाउ क्वालिटेटिव स्टैंडर्ड्स अगेन आई एम टेलिंग यू दे आर नॉट मेजरेबल. वो इंटेंजिबल परफॉर्मेंसेज होती हैं. यू हैव टू कन्वर्ट देम इनटू द क्वांटिटेटिव स्टैंडर्ड सो दैट दे बिकम लिटिल मेजरेबल. अगर आपको ये जानना है कि आपकी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में किस तरीके की परफॉर्मेंसेज हैं, किस तरीके के बेंचमार्क्स हैं, क्या क्राइटेरिया है, तो उसे आप एक नंबर्स में लेके आओ. दूसरा मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट कि जो स्टैंडर्ड्स होते हैं दे शुड बी एक्सेप्टेबल, दे शुड बी वर्केबल, दे शुड बी फ्लेक्सिबल. स्टैंडर्ड फेल हो जाएंगे अगर वो इमेजिनरी हैं. स्टैंडर्ड्स आर ऑलवेज बाउंड टू फेल इफ दे आर नॉट बेस्ड ऑन द पास्ट परफॉर्मेंस. Standard will also fail if they are too high, if they are too low. So you have to see the balance. See, second is about the measurement of the performance. Once you have started the work, once you have started the standard, now understand how much you have done. What is your performance? What exactly you have done in terms of qualitative work, or maybe quantitative work? What your workers have done in terms of productivity, in terms of their performance, that you are need to going to check actually. And then go for what? Then go for understanding and compare the standard. Compare your first step with the second step. Compare कि standard क्या थे, actual performance क्या है. सारी deviations जो होती हैं उन्हें आप फाइंड आउट करो. बट अंडरस्टैंड वन थिंग, एवरी डेविएशन इज नॉट ऑफ अ कंसर्न फॉर टॉप मैनेजमेंट. द डेविएशंस which actually going to affect the attention of top management are basically those which is going to impact your strategic decision. So what you need to understand कि अगर आप बात करते हो कंट्रोलिंग की, तो कंट्रोलिंग में क्या होता है कि कंट्रोलिंग में मैनेजमेंट बाय एक्सेप्शन का प्रिंसिपल अप्लाई होता है. मैनेजमेंट बाय एक्सेप्शन सेज दैट इफ देर आर 10 टास्क इन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, एज अ मैनेजर आई एम नॉट सपोज टू कॉन्सेंट्रेट ऑन द 10 टास्क. मे बी आई एम फाइंडिंग 3-4 who are strategic in nature, and I'll be concentrating on those and leaving the other on the operational front. So that is basically management by exception. When you are making control report, you are trying to understand that every deviation is not going to catch the eyes of your top level management. Then what will be you doing? Once you have understood that there are certain deviation exist in the planning and the implementation phase, then try to find out the cause. Try to find out what exactly happened wrong. Try to find out कि गलती कहाँ पे हुई. Because unless and until you are not understanding those things, you won't be take any corrective action. I mean, won't be able to take any corrective action. आप अपनी प्लानिंग को ठीक नहीं कर पाओगे, आप उसे रीफ्रेज नहीं कर पाओगे, आपको ये नहीं समझ में आएगा कि गलती मुझे ठीक भी क्या करनी है. सो यू हैव टू अगेन गो बैक इन द पास्ट हिस्ट्री, चेक करो कि प्रॉब्लम क्या है, एंड देन टेक द करेक्टिव एक्शन. ठीक है, दिस वॉज द प्रोसेस. नाउ व्हेन वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट दी कंट्रोलिंग, इसमें एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज़ होती है अकाउंटेबिलिटी. बिकॉज ऑल दिस थिंग इज बेसिकली अबाउट अंडरस्टैंडिंग वेयर वी वेंट रॉन्ग. हमसे गलती क्या हुई है. ठीक है, पूरी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के अंदर यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड वाई द डिफरेंस एग्जिस्ट in the actual performance and in the planned one, and who is going to be accountable for that, who is going to be responsible for that, whether the standards were not made correctly, whether the planning was not made correctly, who set the standard at the time of the planning. Everything you need to check. Now the point is whether it's your resource, your people, your action, everything is going to be controlled. दूसरा, हर एम्प्लॉय को आप कोई ना कोई काम दे रहे होते हो, हर एम्प्लॉय के पास कोई ना कोई अथॉरिटी होती है, तो वो उतने ही काम के लिए आंसरेबल होता है जितना उसकी अथॉरिटी के अंदर फॉल करता है. कंट्रोलिंग फंक्शन यही जानने की कोशिश करना है कि किस पर्टिकुलर डेविएशन का रिस्पॉन्सिबल कौन सा पर्सन है, किस पर्टिकुलर डेविएशन की का असर मेरे ऑब्जेक्टिव की नॉन अचीवमेंट पे आता है. तो व्हेन यू आर फिक्सिंग द अकाउंटेबिलिटी फॉर परफॉर्मेंस, व्हाट यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड, आप ये देखो कि पहली बात तो परफॉर्मेंस के जो स्टैंडर्ड्स होते हैं क्वांटिटेटिव, वो पहले से सेट किए गए हों. दूसरा, यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट परफॉर्मेंस को मेजर करने के लिए जो ऑब्जेक्टिव होते हैं, दे शुड बी क्वांटिटेटिव, दे शुड नेवर बी क्वालिटेटिव, क्योंकि क्वालिटेटिव को मेजर करना अगेन इज़ वेरी डिफिकल्ट. देन सबॉर्डिनेट को पता होना चाहिए दैट व्हाट काइंड ऑफ कॉन्सिक्वेंस विल बी देयर इफ़ ही इज़ नॉट अचीविंग हिज टारगेट. उसकी परफॉर्मेंस जो हो वो उसकी टारगेट की अचीवमेंट पे डिपेंड करनी चाहिए, एंड उसे उस सबॉर्डिनेट को उसका फीडबैक ज़रूर मिलना चाहिए, वेदर ही इज़ परफॉर्मिंग गुड, वेदर ही इज़ परफॉर्मिंग एवरेज, वेदर ही इज़ परफॉर्मिंग लेस, सो दैट ही कैन ऑल्सो पुट सर्टेन efforts towards the improvement of his or her performance. Now, what kind of requirements are there to have a very good effective control system in your organization? So most importantly, to have a good control system, you should have a good planning. So it means you have a good objective organization, a clear cut defined objective, so that you can understand कि आपको achieve क्या करना है. Sometime it may happens that एट दी एंड यू विल अंडरस्टैंड दैट जो ऑब्जेक्टिव्स ही डिफाइन किए थे, आई डेंट अंडरस्टैंड दैम, तो मैं उन्हें अचीव भी क्या करता. देन कंट्रोलिंग टेक्निक क्या है, मैं जो हम नेक्स्ट चैप्टर में पढ़ेंगे, कंट्रोलिंग टेक्निक्स क्या होती हैं, उसके मेथड्स क्या होते हैं. सो यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड कि आपको वो कंट्रोलिंग टेक्निक यूज़ करनी है जो कि आपको एफिशिएंटली हेल्प करे टू फाइंड आउट दी डेविएशन. देन हु इज़ एक्चुअली रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर द कंट्रोलिंग, यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट. डायरेक्ट कंट्रोल, व्हेन वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द कंट्रोलिंग, देयर शुड बी direct control between the controller and the controlled. नाउ देयर आर टू पार्टीज, एक जो आपको कंट्रोल कर रहा है और दूसरा जो ऑब्वियसली जो कंट्रोल हो रहा है. सो आपके ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में कितने स्टाफ स्पेशलिस्ट हैं, कौन फॉरमैन है, ये सारी चीज़ें बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होती है उस पर्सन के लिए जो एक्चुअली डेविएशंस फाइंड आउट करने की कोशिश कर रहा है. दूसरा सूटेबिलिटी. देखो कंट्रोल फंक्शन जो है वो बेसिकली एक दो ही प्रेमाइसेस पे डिपेंड करता है, कंपेयरिंग दी एक्चुअल विद द स्टैंडर्ड. नाउ द पॉइंट इज कि अगर आपको अपनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के हिसाब से काम करना है तो आपको उसके पैटर्न को समझना ज़रूरी है. आपकी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का बजट, आपकी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का कोटा, ये सारी चीज़ें आपको हेल्प करेंगी टू अंडरस्टैंड द इफेक्टिव कंट्रोल सिस्टम. It should be flexible because you have to keep the pace with the changing environment. You can't be static in nature, rigid in nature. You have to be very dynamic in nature. Then controlling is all about self-control also. See why it is self-control. It is self-control because you need to understand that you are going to check your own goals, your own organizational goals, that may be much detailed, that may be uh, less in detail, but you have to do it. Then control by exception, as I told you, there is a management by exception, there is a control by exception भी होता है. सारे deviations को control करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, ऐसा नहीं है. Now if you are saying that the cost should be 0.25 and the cost has been 0.24, so maybe it's just an example, but it may be a kind of a factor जिसे मैं ignore कर सकती हूँ क्योंकि it's not a very huge deviation. See, deviations are deviations, but whether the deviations is strategic important or not, ये समझना बहुत ज़रूरी होता है. Whether the deviation is to be taken care or not, ये भी समझना ज़रूरी होता है. So that is control by exception. Now when we are talking about again control by exception, you need to understand that deviations जो होती हैं वो strategic point control होती हैं. जैसे कि मैंने बोला कि अगर आपने एक टारगेट बना लिया कि if there is a 1% 2% flaw in the budget, it means we are not able to achieve the budget by maybe 1% by 2%, it is okay because it comes under the range. So those strategic point are need to be understand कि कहाँ पे deviations become important, कहाँ पे deviations are not important. And corrective action. See, सिर्फ डेविएशन फाइंड आउट करना is not an answer. So please do understand that effective controlling happens only when you have taken the corrective action and you are actually able to solve it. Because you are taking corrective action but you are not able to solve it, then again it is not a good process. It's a forward looking control. Why? Because you need to understand that the decision that you are going to take or corrective action you are going to take in controlling is actually going in your planning also. तो जो आप प्लानिंग दोबारा से करोगे, दोबारा ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के लिए करोगे, दोबारा डायरेक्शन पे जाओगे, उसमें ये कंट्रोलिंग के जो रिजल्ट्स होंगे वो ज़रूर रोल प्ले करेंगे. Then see, controlling is all about, because you are controlling humans, so it's about the human factor. Now the point is they are the one who need guidance, they are the one who need directions. So make sure that when you are doing that controlling process, you are guiding the peers or subordinates to make them understand that whether the deviations are existing because of them, and if they are existing because of them, how to solve them, how to make sure that they are not coming in again in future. Controlling has to be very economical, though it is very costly in nature, sometime depending upon what kind of system you are using in an organization, but it has to be. Then the objective standard. See, as I am telling you, standard should be very objective, they should be very clear. Objectives can be qualitative and qualitative, but make sure that they are determinable, they are verifiable, they are checkable, they are quantifiable. ठीक है, it's very important. So basically when we are talking about planning में the most important thing is your action, how you are trying to make things correct. That is the basic requirement of controlling. Now control by exception, as I told you, control by exception is basically making you understand that when you are comparing your actual performance with the planned one and trying to find out the deviations, in that case every deviation is not going to play a big role. There may be certain minor deviations, trivial deviations, which are not to be taken care of because they may have occurred because of certain issues. So the benefit क्या है? अब benefit यही है that rather than concentrating on each and every deviation, I should concentrate only on the critical one जो ज़रूरी है. दूसरा, you are saving your valuable time because you just cannot put every single second of your life on understanding every deviation and trying to find the corrective action for the same. It makes your decision making little quick, and you can also delegate the routine work to your subordinate. You are not supposed to concentrate on each and every deviation every time. So that was the basic controlling chapter, the basic one. and the techniques we'll doing in the class.